Bobby Moore and Sir Jeff Hurst, the Trevor Brooking and Billy Bonds, Paolo Di Canio, West Ham United. We celebrate our victories, we stick together in defeat. Proud of our history, West Ham United, more than just a podcast, more than just a podcast.
Morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is more than just a podcast. It is season 13. It's episode 52. Where have all the episodes come from this season, young Jonathan?
From the sky.
Ah, from the sky. And we've been doing 2 podcasts a week, that's where.
We haven't, not every week.
Well, not every week, but some weeks.
Some weeks.
Welcome back from last week. How was Tuesday pub night, by the way?
Oh, it was good, mate, yeah.
I did send you the link, and you said
You
I
did.
might join afterwards.
Yeah, if I weren't too drunk,
Oh,
really,
you
is what I
were quite
said.
drunk.
But I was four pints in of the old Abbott, yeah, so I bet 5%, and then I had to have my dinner, and I just thought I just really talk more nonsense than normal. So
Yeah. We had a nice post-match drink, didn't we, afterwards? But more of that later. John, where are you? What are you doing?
I'm at home doing a podcast with yous.
Lenny boy, welcome
Hello.
back.
Thank you.
Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm in the studio and sounding a bit rough, to be honest, aren't I?
Yeah, you said a bit hay fever.
I think I
You're
am.
having
Yeah.
a great year, are you?
No, not really.
No.
And I have my hay fever tablet. It's very harsh.
But
Yeah.
you always, I mean, the football always cheers you up, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Picks you
Well,
up
when
and
I catch it, you know.
gets you through.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll talk about that later.
Anywho, John, we are expecting Shedman, but he was on the motorway coming back from his place of work, and he said he'd join us shortly after when we start recording. So I'm sure he will. His Dosic Tones will join us. John, I'm going to start with you because you
Okay.
came to the game.
I did.
A jolly good game it was too. To quote my friend here.
Yeah, shut up.
Entertained? Are you not entertained?
Not for the first about half hour, I weren't.
Is that not why you were here? Come on, it was, you know, we all, hang on, I'll just say that, and there up pops Shedman. So
talking of being entertained.
we can say, where are you, what are you doing?
I'm in my shed.
Anyway, right, we'll go back to you, John.
Good evening, Nigel.
Right, Tom.
You were there, enjoying your seat. What did you make of it? You started with my
It's
little
long.
clip there. Are you
It's
not
a long way
entertained?
up.
It's a long way up.
It is, and it's the point of like, if you have a beer beforehand, you've got to be careful because that means you more likely need to go for a wee at
Oh,
half
did you
time,
have? Well, someone
and you
of
have to
your
walk
age, yeah.
down and then up again. And you're like, God.
Did you have a beer beforehand then?
Yeah, I had one before.
Where did you go?
Where did we go? Oh, in the ViewTube.
Oh, yes, where we went afterwards.
Yes, where we met.
They ran out of lager because they didn't know there was a game on.
Yeah, which was all a bit weird, wasn't it?
It was a bit weird. Anyway, let's talk Liverpool. The Reds, the Scousers. They're for the taking, John, weren't they?
It was a pretty even game overall, I thought. I mean, we didn't start great, but I don't think they're obviously out of form. We had in good form. I thought they had best of it for the first half hour or so. We grew into it. We got our goal, which was a good goal. And then they came out all guns blazing. So, I mean, that was right in front of me there, equaliser. Some of their interplay, and our players were chasing shadows at the time. But
Let me ask you the question, right? Would you have taken a Desmond Tutu before the match kicked off?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, overall, I enjoyed the game. It was a decent game of football.
Bowen scoring his 20th goal in all competitions, 16 goals in the Premier League, matching Paolo Di Canio's record. And I'm sure there was lots of other records he broke that was being mentioned by commentators. And an assist by Kudos just before half time. No better way. I was hoping, let's hold on to half time because it was coming. Let's be honest, right? They'd hit the bar. It was attack after attack, and we were just defending, weren't we? Was it the post? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they
Great time.
they had the better of it. But they weren't.
Way to go in a half time.
They weren't absolutely peppering us, were they? But I mean, watching Bowen on Saturday. I mean, he's such a highlight. He's such a positive out of it all. His progression is like a pleasure to see, and it's a toss-up for me between him and Emerson for Player of the Year. Because Emerson, I think Emerson's a brilliant player.
He is good as well. Just behind me was Mavropanos, come to see the game, and that usual spot. Obviously, I had to take a photo of him. Just after half time.
Did you have your phone to hand then?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh.
Just after half time, as you said, Liverpool came back. Robinson on 48, and you thought, this game's concerned with goals. And then we went all the way. I think you've talked about the goal. The mix-up went down as an Areola own goal. I haven't seen it on replay, John. Have you?
Yeah, it sort of bounced around a bit. It's a bit harsh, to be fair. But they did come off him last.
Originally, it was a Souček own goal, and I think they were. But it was a bit. It could have gone anywhere, kind of thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, but again, let's not forget that we had Ogbonna starting for.
Yeah.
You had Bonner and Zuma as a central defensive partnership.
Mm.
And I mean, every time we got a ball in the box, I mean, we looked dangerous as well. So I mean, they weren't. We could have like nicked it. We could have done our.
We could have done.
We've done on occasion, haven't we? Shit house the odd win.
Before I leave you and go to Shedman, Antonio on 77, he had a good game. Bowen with an assist. I think that's 30-something assists for him overall. Since he's been at West Ham, 38 or something, I saw a stat. Classic Antonio headed goal. He's in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, it was a good goal.
The place went wide. I mean, in the last few minutes, we were holding on a bit. Let's be honest.
I mean, he's had 3 goals in 3 games now. He's nearly as good at scoring goals as he is at podcasting, isn't he?
Yeah. I think we had a VAR moment. Obviously, we'll talk to Shedman about that in a minute. But again, another lengthy wait. That was it a penalty or wasn't it? But one thing I wanted to ask you before, because I know you had a great view of it, Areola, this rolling the ball out.
Yeah.
Assume he thought it was a free kick. The other guy, I forget who it was. Was it Nunes? Went up to run up.
Gakpo.
And then Gakpo, was it? And so the ref blew the whistle. So was it a goal kick? Was it a free kick? And then suddenly Areola developed an injury and laid on the floor.
When he went down and he was complaining of a tackle and as if he was injured, but the ref wasn't having it, and he was waving him on. And then he threw the ball down and then started.
He was injured.
Grabbing his leg, and then it was weird, but it was good. It went the way it went. Otherwise,
and we held on, respect the point, and everything else. Well, let me give you a stat and take. We're going to move on to Nigel. West Ham had 29% possession. Who needs the ball? Obviously, Liverpool had 71. We had 11 shots, 8 on target. Believe it or not, they had 28 shots, also 8 on target. They had 8 corners to our 5. They had 10 fouls to our 8. Dirty Liverpool. Shedman. You were there. Aye.
Yep.
I didn't see you, though.
No, I was too busy gaslighting people.
Well,
so.
you were late to the ground. You said you were going to be at the ground early.
Excuse me. We've done this, yeah. I weren't late to the ground. I just socialised with other people.
We weren't. What do you mean we've done this? Not to our listeners, we haven't, because listen. Go on.
I haven't done this.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to the ground. I went to see Johnny Witomski.
He wasn't at the ground, though, was he?
Well, he turned up at the ground. He had his new gazebo.
Early Kings and Queens. Did you meet them?
See the Pearly Kings and Queens. Spirit of
£6,000
Shankly came walking along.
£6,000 raised. Someone told me.
Well, you misread it. Yeah, he raised enough money to buy £6,000 worth of food.
That's what he told me. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's what I wrote it in Twitter. Yeah.
well, yeah, but that's not raising £6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is
Yeah, I
a
know.
difference.
Yeah, I
so,
know.
but probably not far. It's probably like £4,500 or something like that. £4
Yeah,
grand.
nice.
So no, it was busy there. A lot of people stopping, and then my mate from work was bringing his boy over, so I got him to meet me outside the swimming pool, and then we had a beer. He was going in Turnstile J, so I went and had a beer in the outside bit on the
That's
apron.
where you were.
£7 a pint, lovely pint of beer. It's some Spanish from Seville lager. It's a nice pint of beer, but £7.
Wow.
Was there a pie mash
No
thing
queue.
next to it?
No, the pie mash on the outside's gone, but I did get my pie mash. Now, funny enough, I
I
got in.
I had pie mash on Saturday on the outside.
Oh right, I didn't see where that was. How much you pay for that?
£11 including the liquor.
How many?
Single.
Oh, John, you should have got it inside. £9 inside, single.
Who runs the one outside?
Don't know what it was called.
Well, anyway, I got me double inside. Was going to walk over to where we normally congregate. This man stops me and asks me if what I was eating, I'd literally walked, hadn't even got past the pie mash stall, was traditional local food.
Liverpool fan, yeah.
No. Well, here's the thing, yeah. So they were two Tunisians that live in Paris. They come and watch Premier League football, and this is their second time to the London Stadium. So, funny enough, I appreciate, like, it was a good chat with them. They were two nice blokes. Before I walked away, I did go, oh, by the way, if Salah scores, don't jump up and celebrate, though. You might get your head kicked in.
Yeah.
Which they were very appreciative of the tip, and obviously laughed at the fact I realised you were probably there to support. Two Tunisians from Paris ain't coming to watch West Ham, are they?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So anyway, two lovely blokes. The only thing is, not only were they stopping me from eating my pie mash or from meeting yous, I also needed a piss. The problem is, by the time I got to where you lot normally are, no one there. I looked at the time, 2 minutes to kick off.
Yeah.
I had to quickly run upstairs, but I can't have a piss, can I? Because I got my pie mash. So I had to quickly run to my seat, watch the start of the game, eat my pie mash, then run down and flush out the alcohol that I'd recently took on board.
There you go. Great story.
There you go. So
Cool story, bro.
ain't a true
Yeah, that's
story,
what I
bro.
was thinking of.
So what's the game? It was an okay game for West Ham Liverpool. We didn't play bad. Look, anything was an improvement on Crystal Palace. So let's start that. It is a bit baffling how we can play like that 1 week and then put in some of the shite performances that we've watched recently. But hey ho, players are what players are. The tactics don't change. So I can only think sometimes it is on the players. But quite pleased. Good first half. I thought good to go in 1-0 up where you think, well, here we go. You can do it.
You didn't think, oh, well, here we go. Moyes is going to try and hold on.
No,
for 45
no,
minutes,
because
second
we
half.
always, Sean, we don't keep clean sheets anymore, do we? This is the thing. They get their 2 goals. We got the equaliser. I don't know if I think out of the 2 teams, I think at the end of the game we were more likely to have snatched the winner than they were. Despite the fact they brought Salah off the bench, they had one quick breakaway where they broke on us. We was attacking, but we were still.
He weren't happy, was he, Salah?
Looking.
He said so.
No,
Great
I mean,
coverage, by the way, of the more than just a podcast flag.
yeah.
by the
Well,
way.
it was funny because the amount of people texting me during the game, pointing it out, fans of other clubs that know me,
It got a lot of coverage, yeah.
of your flag, Sean. So you must be well pleased with your flag.
Well, it's our flag, actually.
I believe it's your flag. Sean.
No, it's our flag.
I believe it's
More
your
than
flag.
just a podcast flag.
It may say that on it. Yeah.
It's our flag.
It was.
Our
It was.
flag.
Was John consulted about it?
You were, weren't you, John?
I don't
No,
think
I
we
wasn't.
were. No, I don't think we were. But anyway,
Hang on. But Len, did I consult you on it?
Well, you
well,
needed
you had
my
to. It was his
artwork.
fucking artwork, you idiot.
See, it's not my flag. It's our flag.
Who paid for it?
Sean.
I'll rest my case.
Yeah, and Len did the artwork.
There you go.
I'm pretty
What
sure
did I do?
consulted George. You were in one of your strops at the time.
No, I weren't, because you never fucking made me
You
an
weren't,
offer.
you weren't talking to me at the time.
If I'd have been offered, we might have had a bigger flag, yeah?
No. I think you'd left one of the WhatsApp groups at the time.
I left them all at the time, Sean.
Yeah.
I weren't talking to you. I weren't talking to anyone.
No, I know. Anyway, anywho, going back, I've had a few calls from other podcasts going, how'd you get your flag there? Can you help us get the flag there?
Oh, right.
I'm not going to mention them.
Okay.
You know you are.
Yeah.
I'll do Dodsey a flag. Do his away day roundup. Put his flag there.
His flag can go there, because that's where he stands. He can look after
Yeah.
it.
I've got the image all ready. I'll mock it up. Put it.
No, I don't think you should.
Put it on the question time.
No.
No, why's that then?
Leave Dodsey alone.
Oh, leaving him alone ain't no fucking fun, is it?
Well, it is. I'm his protector.
No, fucking, you're going to do a lot of good against me, ain't you?
Well, you the baby bouncer.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
You've got to get past me. Anyway, let's get
You'll
back
get a
to
job at Mother Cares then, wouldn't
Right,
you?
it's a football podcast. So football, right? You've had your pie and mash, you've had your wee. Remember, game day.
Well, just describe
He's
the
just
game.
described the game.
I
yeah.
know you did a brief one of it. Well, how about the areola incident then, and the VAR?
Strange.
then?
I must admit, it was strange, because obviously the way he threw the ball, I don't know if it's
Enjoying
brilliant
your
kidology
What
from
are you
him.
eating?
Just a biscuit. I ain't had my dinner.
All right.
So I don't know if it was brilliant kidology from him,
Yeah.
but the way he threw the ball out was as if he was putting it down for a free kick. But
Yeah.
if it was a free kick, his foot got trod on when he was on the line, certainly not past the penalty spot where he threw the ball in front of him. And it's a bit of a strange thing to do. I think Gakpo, and this is where it gets quite hysterical. If Gakpo had any brain, he'd run up and put the ball in the net.
He went
and
to,
then-
and then the referee blew up.
And then, yeah, but he should have just done it. He should have just run up, because he run up the ball and then stopped. Should have just run up the ball, smashed it into the net, and then argued about it after. Because here's a weird thing. The referee runs away with his arms in the air, with his hand in the air.
Waving him on.
Right. This is the thing. The signal for an indirect free kick is the referee runs back with his arm in his hair.
I thought it looked more like a wave. He was
Well,
moving it backwards and forwards,
yeah, but
like, come on.
But this is the thing, isn't it? What was it? Yeah? What was it? Because if it was come on, what did he blow the whistle for to stop the game?
Anyway,
So he's
seemed to upset the Scousers.
well,
There was a lot of Scouse accents. All right, soft lad. Where's the culture, soft lad?
yeah.
Yeah,
Were they from Yorkshire now then?
that's my Scouser impression.
Yeah. Oh right, yeah.
There was someone behind me shouting Jurgen when he came up to the away fans,
Oh, really?
and clapping.
I tell you what, the half and half salesman, my word, outside,
a lot of money.
I
They
had
went away,
never
didn't
seen so many.
Well, you were in Liverpool Heartland, didn't you, in Newham?
Oh,
Yeah.
half and half scarves, unbelievable. But you know, I mean, as for the Areola thing, I thought we got a bit lucky there, to be honest. When you look back at it, but obviously for whatever reason, I don't know. Because the refs don't come out and explain it, do they? What actually happened? So we're all
No.
sort of wondering, thinking, well, we didn't blow for a free kick. Not that I heard. So
No, I don't think it was a free
So perhaps we got a bit lucky. And
How about
then,
the other VAR incident? You know, went our way. Again, we were
it's-
waiting.
well-
I was actually streaming TNT on my phone, so I could actually see what was going on.
Of course you do, Sean.
Well, of course I did. But,
While
you know,
giving
in
us
the
manager updates during the game.
sorry?
while giving us manager updates during the game.
No, I don't think I gave any manager updates.
Oh, no, you did in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, you did.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go, because I remember passing it to my friend going, is he having a laugh? Is he not watching the fucking game? Anyway.
Anywho.
Well,
You got a friend?
I've got more than you,
Okay.
which ain't hard, really.
Did you make any new ones last night? Nigel?
Yeah, we'll get on to that in a minute.
God, Nigel the Death Eater. Talk about suck the life out of everyone.
Called,
Yeah,
called
I've done
Are You
about it.
Turning Into Sean was my favourite insult.
Gaslighter, I think. It's been sponsored by...
Being called a troll
Cadence.
as well. Being called a
Have I?
troll.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen, mate. I went into, as I said, I went into the Lions Den. It didn't. We'll cover it later, yeah, because
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nick's
go on,
done another
carry on with
video
the game,
today.
yeah,
And
go on, yeah.
Yeah,
so
We
anyway,
still need to go to Len.
the VAR bit, it again sucks the life out of us. The linesman should have gave offside. Or I think the linesman did give offside, didn't he?
I think he did. Yeah, it
Yeah,
just went on so long, didn't it? It was so.
Yeah, but that's
It's offside. Just call
That's
it.
not VAR. That's the bloody poxy offside rule where they let it play out. Because the funny thing is that obviously they were hoping to get a penalty. So
Well, it looked like a penalty and a handball
did.
actually in the middle of it all. It was just like,
So,
Yeah, well, it was.
that's what
but it
made
was
it
offside
even
first.
made it even better. But I mean, at the end of the day, 2-2, I thought was a fair result. Good game. Goals are fun. We saw 4 goals, and
Goals
you can't- yeah, no complaints really
Yeah.
for the day.
I look forward to that performance against Chelsea.
Are you not entertained?
Oh, shut
Oh,
up,
fuck
Sean.
off.
Are you not entertained?
So, what did you watch it, Jay? Len?
Caught the last half hour. I did see the.
First of all, explain why you weren't there, Lenny boy.
Well, it was so many reasons. Yeah, I can't remember.
Start with the first one, golf.
Well, I went golf first of all, and then then I kind of we
It
come
caught
back
you out.
after
The
9.
real story is
Yeah.
it caught you out because you thought that football was on the Sunday. I think as
No, it's just, and then I
Nigel
found out my mum had the flood, and then they couldn't go anyway, so I missed most of the.
you missed the first half though. Oh yeah, you did say on the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I caught the last half hour of the match. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I didn't really see us have the ball. I know we scored. Other than that, I didn't see us have the ball.
Well, we did 29% of the time.
That much, eh?
I thought we raised our game to. We do raise our games to the big teams, and I thought we were very lucky. Look, the game
Well,
could have
the
gone
system
either way.
plays into the big team, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it could have gone either way, and
Hand over possession and try and do them on the counter. It lends itself to that.
David Moyes was very honest afterwards. He said they were the better team, but you know what? A lot of big teams have come to us, and you try and grab them on the counter, frustrate them, and grab a goal when you can, and that's exactly what we did.
Inspirational.
Inspirational. Moyes masterclass, John.
Boys out.
Absolutely.
Anything else to say, Len, before we move
No,
on
not
to?
really. I know I'm a lousy podcast host lately.
Yeah, because
But
you don't
Ali-
watch bloody games. What are you painting at the moment? Let's talk about what you're painting. Go on.
Philip Benjamin Parks. I'll post him up later.
Okay.
I'll put him on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
At least I only ruin my own podcast, though, not
Are
like you two.
come on, this is a big question. Are you coming to Luton?
Yeah, should be.
Okay.
It was a shame I missed it. I think it would have looked like
Party
a good day
time.
out, really.
Party time, yeah.
1 o'clock meet.
Yeah.
Trying my
Are we
best.
going to the supporters club?
It's not open, is it?
I think it is for the Luton game.
I thought they said probably won't be.
Perhaps go after.
All right. Ian McGregor messaged me. He wants to meet up. He's in
Ian
town.
McGregor.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the boss of the coal board during the coal strike?
I don't think it's the same one.
Oh right.
You know who I'm talking about, do you?
Ian McGregor, yeah, he was the boss of the coal board during the miners' strike.
Yeah, but that's not the same one.
No,
It's one of our listeners, DiCanio Hammer on Twitter.
Anyway, who's up
Is he a
for
customer of Lens?
who's up for 1 o'clock meet
Yeah.
on the Luton game?
He's
Have
from
a few beers
Vancouver,
before.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, and after, yeah.
Yeah, and after.
Before
Yeah.
and after, yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
get something to eat after, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go to the Ledger, yeah?
Can do.
That's our favourite place now. We went to the Ledger after. Went to the. Is it called UVU? What's it called?
ViewTube, I think.
ViewTube.
YouTube.
Met there, went to the Ledger.
Ran out of beer, and then went to the Ledger, where we could have a meal and an alcoholic drink for £9. Can't beat that, John.
Can't beat the spoons, mate. I tell you.
Can't beat spoons.
And we had a history lesson.
And
for
we had
Sean.
a history lesson about the Ledger building.
So, yeah.
What? So some Mockney out of town up from Surrey.
I was a Liverpool fan, so it didn't matter.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
God.
What gave you a history lesson about the Ledger
I
building?
He gave it to.
Oh.
I'm curious now. What was the Ledger
Oh,
building?
no,
Sean?
don't encourage
It was
him.
where they kept the ledgers for Docklands, I told him.
All right, that's all I need to know. Thank you very much. My job is safe.
Anywho, right. Come on then, Shedman. Let's talk about. I know you're muting to probably have another biscuit. Let's talk about the car crash. No, car crash is the wrong word. Your brave, valiant defence of David Moyes on Claret Booze last night.
What, jumping straight to that?
Yeah, we are jumping straight to that. And we'll go to news afterwards.
Wow. Well, basically, what happened is, and this is how it happened, because what happened last night weren't anything that I'd ever thought would happen. So I wrote an article, it's just been published, and he texted me. There I was thinking, there's a lot of negativity, or not negativity. There's a lot of, the club are openly talking to other managers, as I think they're entitled to do, because at the end of the day, David Moyes has come out and said he ain't made his mind up.
Yeah.
So therefore, the club's got no shame or got nothing to hide and can't be accused of anything in talking to other managers. In fact, that's what we got to do. We got to talk to other managers, because if a deal don't get done,
Yeah.
then they've got to have someone else lined up. Which the funny thing is, means you're now interviewing managers for a job that may or may not
Correct.
be. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'll talk about what the latest is.
Yeah. So you get that. So basically, though, a lot of mainstream media as well seems more wrapped up with Moyes leaving
Yeah.
and Moyes staying. And I thought, well, what is there? Is there a case for him to stay? I believe that you don't. Obviously, I do. I do think there is a case for him to stay. And I tried to put some of it down into why the club, those running the club, may look at it and think.
Yeah, I saw. And you were shouting down.
Why? Well, the funny thing about it is that you're probably better off reading the article, because I didn't really get a chance to. I thought it would be a Claret and Booze Sunday night show, so they hand out a few donkeys or whatever they would have done, and then we'd have had an half-hour chat or about what I'd said, because obviously they've not read the article or anything. So it was for me to put it over, and of course they went straight into it. But the only thing is obviously it is an emotive issue. It becomes derailed in a way, because when I say one little thing, rather than listen and hear me out, it's straight for the jugular.
They seem to be getting more and more angry with themselves and
Yeah.
losing. And
Yeah.
they're saying, "Well, we didn't come on here for this. It's your show."
No,
right?
but what had happened
it's your
is
show,
that
and you're asking the questions.
Look, I stopped by the Black Lion to say, because Nick said he was going to be in the Black Lion, so I drove around to the Black Lion after the game to stop and say hello to Nick. I had a chat with Nick for about 10 minutes outside. Went inside to say hello to Gary, because I didn't want to be rude, because Gary was sitting inside. Met some of the people that they were with, all nice people. Listen, and at the end of the day, I like Nick, and I like Gary. Really good people, decent people.
I'm not sure they like you anymore.
Well, they've just got a different view.
It isn't personal, Len.
Of course, it ain't personal.
No, it was just.
I still believe. I mean, all right, Gary was getting really annoyed. I do believe some of this is for show.
No, I don't. I don't think it's for show. No, I don't. I don't think
That's even worse, maybe.
I don't think you can do that for show. Not that way. You can see some times where it is for show. That ain't for show. You know, they're generally frustrated. I don't know. Perhaps I don't know.
I think
You know,
it's
they
linked,
build
though.
themselves up. There's certain things that they do. Obviously, I don't agree with. There's stuff that I say they don't agree with. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, Nick's done another video today where he wants to put it to bed.
Well, he ain't taking my calls because when you were on there, I came on.
Well, he mentioned you.
Well, I came on. I tried to ring him, didn't pick up. I offered to come on last night while you were on when I saw.
No,
what
but
was
we
going
didn't.
on.
To be honest, though, Sean, I don't think I needed you to come on. Realistically,
I thought it was a bit of an attack on you, if I'm
Well,
honest.
Attack on him?
Sean,
was attack.
did you see
No,
me
it
bothered?
weren't.
No,
Did
you
see
weren't
why I was
bothered.
bothered?
But I
Right.
just thought it was a bit out of order. It was coming from all angles.
Here's a funny thing.
And you
yeah?
even defended me when I said we sold a record number of renewed a record number of tickets in the early days. They just went, "Oh, he's just trolling us." That's not true.
Yeah.
But
I
you
know.
defended it. It is true.
No, but and this is the funny thing is because people take that snapshot record renews.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, and the reason why I sat backwards is that I didn't have my glasses on; they were on top of me. And I can't see the comments. That was deliberate. Yeah. Didn't need to see the comments. I could, you know, I've seen enough Claret and Booze shows to know that what someone like me saying what I was saying, the comments were going to come thick and fast.
Yeah.
What I didn't expect was a lot of my friends watching who were texting me and screenshotting some of the comments in my defence that weren't put on screen.
Yeah, I know.
So whoever was running the comments and putting them up on screen, according to my friend, like I just said, more than there was about 5 people text me to say while the show was going on, how one-sided it seemed to be with the comments that were going up on screen.
Yeah.
Didn't bother me, and it don't bother me because I couldn't fucking read them anyway.
Well, you got an agenda, haven't they? They got an agenda, and it's their show.
I don't know about an agenda shot, but at the end of the day, the thing is, yeah, and this is it. I did know where I was going. I don't feel set up. I don't feel abused. I don't feel mistreated.
Week, Nick rang me up and said, Amaran's coming to us. This was always planned for the last 6 months. It's a master trope. Amaran was all agreed, and that's how I knew David Moyes wasn't staying. And then suddenly, 24 hours, it all blows up, and it's not true again. And then he moves on to the next one. I'll give an update in a minute.
Admiring could still come though. Can I just point out one thing? I'd say, hold up. The only thing I'd say is, in his apology, he doesn't say I'm staying at Sporting Lisbon.
But I'll go into that in a minute. I'll go into that.
So are you going to apologise for ruining everyone's Sunday night, Nigel?
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, objectively speaking, listen, the funny thing is, I could see they were putting stuff up you were saying. Then,
oh, yeah.
Obviously, I couldn't read.
What did you say,
I could envisage what he was dining out on the digs on me.
I can't remember, but it looked like they looked like how I felt doing the podcast with him. You see the life drain out of them. And at one point, Gary said, "I usually really enjoy my Sunday night ones because it's a bit therapeutic.
Yeah, but hold on,
I'm really not enjoying this."
Yeah, but why is that? Because they were winding themselves up. They were winding themselves up.
They were.
Yeah?
It was a bit.
They didn't listen to what I said. They didn't really take it in. Some of it, I get it. So the only point I got out actually was that. David Moyes' teams scores more goals than any other West Ham team generally in the Premier League. Even this season.
Well, we got some good forward players.
And he spent a load of money.
Well, the money gibbet when I turned around and said what I said, John.
I know
got
what
a bit,
you said.
Yeah, oh, you watched it, all right. Well, that got a bit intense. I mean, the funny thing is when Mickey took umbrage when I went beggars can't be choosers. I don't know if the bloke said not heard that phrase.
Why should we be beggars?
It's a coin of phrase, isn't it? I'm not calling
football
fans
think,
beggars.
I mean, I put it on today at work. I had it on, listened to it today at work. I don't think it was bad. I don't think there was an attack there at all. I think it was quite. I thought they were, getting frustrated
didn't
and saying
feel
what they're
attacked.
saying. It was fine. I thought it was all quite
I
fine. I don't know.
I think in the
I
chat,
think Sean's
yeah,
been a bit dramatic.
yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, you know what he's like.
It
I
looked
think
like
in the chat it was a lot worse.
Yeah, I didn't see any of
I
the
didn't
chat.
see any
I
chat.
listened
I
to it
didn't
in
see
the.
it.
I've had
Is that my
prominent
bit?
social influence contact me tonight and today and say, "Oh, Nigel came in for a little grief from the C and B boys."
Oh, he deserves it,
and
though.
he really stood up
He
against it. Well
he
done.
does,
I've got
but he does. He plays
You
it that
fucking
way.
do, yeah.
one
You go
individual,
in
I
there,
won't name,
windmilling.
but Nigel knows it is. One individual said, "I've got a lot of respect for him doing that and taking them on."
Taking them on?
Taking
I
them on.
fucking done better than all four of them on my own.
Did I not tell you who that was earlier, Nigel?
Yeah, I don't know if I was taking. I don't actually know if I was taking them on.
Taking them
To
on.
be
It was
fair, what I was trying to do was to
Stick up
to
for
give,
Moyes.
Having a
to
different
give a case. Yeah, different opinion. Well, whatever you say, stick up for Moyes. Yeah, I tell you what, I do think some of the language they use goes way
Yeah,
over the top.
But I do think they
and a
come
lot
up-
of
To be
people-
honest,
He is
to
not-
be honest, they
I know
went.
Moyes out.
They
people
went
that
early,
said
didn't
the
they?
same
They
to
ain't got
me.
much to talk about.
Well, the thing is,
Now,
and this
he
is
is
the
the
thing.
only conversation in town. And with all this, all the Moyes in brigade, not you, Nigel, what you seem to be forgetting is that the reason why he's probably going is that he's not even getting results for himself to save
I think
himself.
No.
we'll probably get
Yeah.
the biggest
We're getting
win
past
rate
the point
out
of whether you
the
like
seven
him or
amount
not,
of
what
money
you
for
think he's
himself.
good at, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
It's just he's not getting results. He ain't got the chops. Have to move on.
No, that's right. But I mean, the reason why I think that there is a possibility he could stay is more down to the fact is I've always thought
It's the
that-
ineptitude of our board.
yeah,
Well,
that actually
right.
Yeah,
unless
really,
new
we'll
money
go
and
that
new
way.
blood comes into the
Shall
board,
we?
the
Shall
boys
we
will get
do?
on. So let's-
Depressing
Shall
stuff, though,
we
Nigel,
do-
you coming out with. Oh.
Shall we
But
do
I-
the
Maybe,
news
yeah.
section?
No, but when I listened to it today, I thought there was some good points made, sort of countering you as well. I think it was the guy at the end who came out all the figures about how the youth development and what that financially can bring
hold
to a
up,
club.
right?
And all
Yeah,
that.
but then again, I got a text from someone in youth football who actually debunked what that bloke said.
Right.
So,
Who's what in youth football?
yeah, someone that works in youth football that actually debunks what the bloke said and about our clubs. Don't all this relying on you. I mean, they threw the Brighton thing at me. Yeah, Brighton on their worst run of results in years. Yeah, and as I said to them, they chime about Unai Emery this season. Last season though, it was De Zerbi. But De Zerbi's not chimed about this season. Why? Because West Ham are above Brighton, so we're doing better than Brighton.
But
Though
Brighton-
that may change, but
Brighton-
they're having a worse run. Yeah, they're having
Brighton
a worse
lose
run.
two of their best players in the summer, didn't they?
Well, you could say that we lost one of our best players.
Well,
We did.
we did.
Right. Well, there
But
you go then.
We spent it all on three good players.
Aston Villa, by the way, are the next ones after Everton, Notts Forest, and
Notts Forest.
Nottingham Forest, and Chelsea. They are the next one on the list to get in trouble and probably be docked points. They won't be able to spend unless they sell. They won't be able to spend this summer. They're overspending. It's gotten results this season, but
the work. Do you know what this was? What this funny thing is about what this highlights though is the fact that financial fair play is only one word out of those threes is true, and it's financial, because it definitely ain't fair play.
No, and they voted today. You'll probably hear that 14 clubs voted today for a new one. We'll talk of that briefly a little bit later.
Is that increasing it?
Well, here's
No, it's worse, John.
it is worse. So basically, you've got 14 clubs that voted for it. Believe it or not, Man United, Man City, Chelsea abstained, and Aston Villa voted against. So 3 clubs voted against it, the 2 Manchester clubs and Villa. Chelsea abstained, which means the other 16 clubs voted for it, including West Ham. Only 14 needed. So what it is, John, is one, you're only allowed to spend 85% of your turnover in wages, agent fees, and transfers. But then there is a limit, and no one knows what it's going to be yet, of the bottom club broadcast money, which is about 104 million for Southampton last season, times a
Times
multiple.
5.
Hang on, of 4.5, 5, or 6. No one knows. But
Right.
guess this: if you do it by 5, right, that is less than any club spent, except for maybe Chelsea went slightly over it last season. It won't affect any of the Man United, Man
What,
City.
500 million?
500 million, yeah. They spent
So,
over that in transfer fees,
And
in
wages.
wages, and agent fees. Chelsea spent 75 million just on agent fees. It's a ridiculous amount, and they've spent over £1 billion since the new owners came in. So look, it's all well
Yeah,
and
but
good
Chelsea's
saying
an anomaly, isn't it?
it is an anomaly, but at the moment, if it's 5 times the lowest fee, it will not affect Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, or or Manchester United. It's a weak control. Is really it doesn't really put a control on it. It just stops it going above the levels is it already. As Nigel said, I'm not sure where the fair bit comes in because it keeps the rich rich.
But that's the whole thing. Everything's set up that way anyway.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
control is.
Anyway, let's go back to West Ham. A little bit of news. So this is what I understand from the senior source. What he says is no manager, any candidate has been offered the West Ham manager role for next season because it's not available. So that's not Graham Potter, that's not Fonseca, that's not Amarin, that's not the Wolves guy. Look, I forget what his name again. Lopetegui. It's not any of them, right? He says we will honour the existing contract of David Moyes, which runs out at the end of June, and not make a final decision until David Sullivan and David Moyes sit down face to face at his mansion in Essex.
Well, why would they do that? The renewal deadlines.
Now, I did ask, people asked me after that, well, when's the meeting? Is it in May? Is it in June? Right?
Yeah.
I've had clarification because people were worried it'd be made. The meeting would happen after the 2nd of June or the 3rd of June, whatever the deadline day is. And I've been told it will happen in May. Now, since our last game is the 19th of May, so the earliest it could happen is the 20th of May. Obviously, the end of May is Friday, the 31st of May. There's 11 days that meeting will happen.
That's not. There's a couple of things there, isn't there? That's because if they sat down this week and had this meeting,
yeah,
and had it all clarified, then they don't have to announce he's staying. They can still back it and whatever. But if he's going, they could announce he was going, and he could leave with some kind of.
I understand. I'm just a messenger, though, John. I'm just.
Yeah, no, I know, but I just don't we all
Guess
think
what,
that's...
John? Maybe, just maybe, yeah, they've not decided.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, and this is the bonkers bit. Maybe they're waiting to see what happens in the last 3 games before they make their mind up.
Well, we've had one winning 13.
Yeah.
What do you need to see?
No, yeah, but this ain't what I'm advocating, and this is what people give.
Oh.
This is where I'm saying what they're doing. The fact they've not done it,
very good.
It highlights the shocking way this
They run
football
this club,
club
yeah.
All right.
is
Oh,
run.
yeah.
And let me continue, right? So, obviously, when they meet, it's their end of season review, as you've just said, to discuss whether there's appetite from both sides for a management extension, right? So, 61-year-old turns 61 last week, David Moyes and David Sullivan will sit down and will explore what each other's wants. Does David Moyes want to carry on? Does the board want him to carry on? And if so, what are the rules? Does he have less control of the transfers? Does it remain the same? So there are all kinds of options to be explored in that meeting. And one or more of them could just go, nah, no, it's not going to happen. Now, I expect the answer to come out quite quickly from that meeting. Is he staying? Is he going? I still think the chances are he is going. But this is where it comes down. I think Europe's out of reach now. I think we'd all agree trying to get 7th is very difficult. But
Oh
this
yeah,
is
when
where
you
it
win
comes.
only 3 games in a year.
This is where it becomes very, very interesting. And people go, "Oh, who's available?" Right. So let's start with Almiron. Right. Yes, he did come. Yes, he said he made a mistake, but there is a £17 million release fee, a €20 million. David Sullivan's never paid a release fee in his life. I think he wants £10 million a year on top of that. I don't think he's going to pay that. PR stunt may be gone wrong for certainly Amron and West Ham. It took the distraction off. Everybody I talk to say it's not going to happen. Fonseca.
Can I just say, Arnie Slot says thanks, though, to Amarin.
Yeah, exactly. Fonseca. I've been told Fonseca has not been approached. He's been offered several times. He's yet to receive a telephone call. He's yet to have a meeting. It's looking very unlikely that Fonseca is in the running for a candidate. And all I keep on being told is this is a contingency list. Tim Stein had been asked to create a contingency list of managerial candidates to sound them out. Are you available and have you got any desire to take the role if it becomes available, in quotes, right? Graham Potter. If you see anything about Graham Potter, I'm being told, not in a million years, nor Jose Mourinho. There is the latest one, of course, is Hansi Flick. Is it Hans Flick? The German manager, ex-Bayern Munich. Again, he was at a game as a guest of West Ham at the beginning of the season, but right at the beginning of the season. He's free, available, because obviously got sacked by Germany in September. But he was on 6.85 million with Bayern Munich. He wants a similar amount of money.
What's he earning at the moment, Sean?
Nothing. But he
there you go.
He'd want about a £20 million package for a 3-year contract. He's not, and he's unproven. So when I speak to
unproven,
people,
what he fucking managed Bayern Munich and
well,
won titles.
I could get an 84% win record by managing Bayern Munich.
Go and ask Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, it didn't go that well with Tuchel, did it?
All right, fair point, well made. Anyway, I don't think that's the one. Now, from what I've been told tonight, we'll still know Ipswich know too much of a gamble. And this
No to Will Still.
No to Will Still.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Anyone would think they'd started losing games and sliding down the table.
Yeah. Have they? Have they, though?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Now, the person, I spoke to some people in the know tonight and said, what's your bet? If Moyes goes, who is it? And everybody says he won't go to AC Milan, the Wolves guy. I still forget his name.
Lopetegui.
Sorry?
Lopetegui.
He will go to West Ham. He's the one they're after. Now...
Well, then they get him then.
Well,
He can't be the one they're after. We know he wants to come.
Question mark. If they make the decision, right? So they've got to make the decision. They haven't offered him the job. They're the one. We don't think AC Milan will come for him. Now, I know
he fits the profile, doesn't he? Because he's out of work.
No one wants him. He's out of work.
He's out of work. Wolves fans say, be careful. He ain't
what you wish for.
And some people were saying, well, actually, it's a Spanish version of Moyes. And I'm going to bring in Nigel here because didn't someone, going back to our previous conversation, go, yeah, but not him?
I did indeed.
Who was it?
I can't remember.
So
I can't remember what it said. But that's when I upset him because I went, well,
which
I do stand by. Beggars can't be choosers. You can't sit there and scream anyone but Moyes and we go, all right, Lopetegui. Go on, no, I'm not having him.
Or Moyes. I think it's coming down. Moyes is still in the running. And I've been told, if they think they can't get any better from availability and price and everything else,
but Sean,
they will offer David Moyes a contract.
But Sean, does Tim Stein want Lopetegui?
He has been put in charge of drawing up the contingency list, right?
So he doesn't.
I love the way you've started calling this the contingency list, though.
Well, it is a contingency
list.
What that presupposes, I think you're being clever with your words, because what that presupposes, they have made their mind. They have made their mind up. Their mind is, we're going to offer him a new contract, and it's actually on whether David Moyes wants to stay, not on whether West Ham want to keep him. That's a contingency.
The reason the contingency list, the word I'm using the contingency list is, because they haven't made up their mind, and he's still in post, and he's still in post at the end of
Can you
June.
not make
And
your
until they
mind up?
make their mind up, it is a contingency list because they don't want to disrespect the current manager who won us a European title and got.
Well,
us
we
into
should
the-
have renewed it after he won that then. How can you not make your mind up right this week? His contract comes to an end in a couple of weeks.
Do you know
He's
why?
won one game in
People
13.
like you, noisy people, you and John. I'm talking
What?
to you, Len.
How,
Noisy
well,
people
why didn't they renew
who
his
are-
contract?
who are
Why didn't they
trolling-
renew his contract when he
Because-
won the cup?
because of
When he's on
noisy-
a high?
Because of noisy people.
It's just bullshit.
up,
They
Sean.
just can't run a club,
Noise
Sean.
is good
sorry,
for
Sean.
They
Moyes-
can't run a club.
Moyes is good for business.
Yeah,
Well,
but
why
if
didn't you
Moyes
give a
is good for
contract
business,
then?
They should have given him a contract. The reason
When
why
he won
we're
the
in this
cup.
mess, and this is where I am with the whatever, whoever, whatever. I don't want to label people, whatever. This is where I'm with John and Lenny's. At the end of the day, if they were so sure he was that good, they would have backed him in
Course.
June
I-
after he won the cup and gave him another 2 years then, or give him a year extension.
He's not.
Yeah.
whatever.
And we've gone out and got him Harry Maguire.
But they didn't, did they, Sean?
Right. Last week, I think I said he's 95% gone. I'm going to move that down to 80. He's about 80% gone, but there's a 20% chance that he still gets offered a contract.
Well, I told Nick you put your money back in the pocket. He was just about to pay it out.
Anyway, who knows, right? I really don't think, as you said, I don't think they've made a decision.
I think
whether
that's
right
so-
or wrong.
I
I
mean,
know
I-
you think that's wrong.
I don't want to have David Moyes here next season, but what he has done, the positive he has done, he deserves a dignified send off.
Yeah, I don't
And
disagree.
and the way it's going, if he just if they have their meeting in May at the end of the season and he doesn't renew or they get rid of, there's no send off, is there? And I just think that's wrong. You know, it's just so it's so.
That's the amount
Sullivan.
of class they got, mate.
Yeah, it's just so. And I mean, we've all said it. I mean, Nigel said it the other night as well. I mean, this club will always be the shithole club that it is as long as we've got the ownership we got.
Yep.
And that is it.
That's
That's the bottom
it doesn't
line of
look
it.
like any new money's coming in.
Nope.
They looked, but as far as we can tell, there's no
They're
new.
doing well, Sean.
No,
Your
no,
mates
you mean,
are great.
See,
Here's
every
the funny
time-
thing is, yeah, with the value of the club, the value of Premier League clubs may start to slide a bit now. They'll find that they should have sold realistically last season, yeah, or whatever when Krasinski first come in. That was peak value because with this new financial fair play, people will see restrictions. Billionaires will look at that. They can't come in, throw their money about. They've got to do it, and they'll look at clubs like West Ham, who are financially hamstrung. The chart that I saw. That if West Ham, that if the rules that they've brought in place were for this season, West Ham would have had the 13th in the table for the amount of money they could spend. Even Wolves could have spent more money than us.
I don't think that's true.
Well, it was Kieran Maguire, Sean, that put the chart out. So you
Well-
go and have a word with your mate then.
Well,
yeah,
I-
because
I don't
he's got
think
all the figures and he's worked out how much it'll be already.
Right, is he saying for last season before we
Yes.
sold? Right, okay.
Yes.
So, but for this coming season, it's
Would have,
completely
not all the financial accounts have been revealed.
No,
yet.
no. But it after that, because we sold Declan Rice, it's completely changed the opposite way. But okay, if he's talking about last season, I could see it. But that is all changed.
22, 23.
Yeah, okay, got it.
It's I mean, like I think we all hoped that when Stuyton was appointed that there was a slight move going in that we're going to be run properly, but it clearly time and time again comes back to Sullivan.
But
Yeah,
hang on,
the
he's
thing about
looking for the new
Stydom for me
manager,
is,
though.
remember, he was unemployed before he come to us. Yeah, he'd already left Leverkusen. They'd dispensed with his services for whatever reason, or I don't know. That might be a bit harsh. Maybe he left them. I don't know. And maybe, just maybe, Stuyden just enjoys working at a Premier League club, living in London, and thinks this is a bit of a cushy number because it don't matter what he does.
Well,
He
he's
knows
sort of-
that the other people will get the flack and not him.
his interviews and stuff that he's done sort of lends itself to not be that way. And I did hope because we know Sullivan's running around with his new squeeze and I just thought he was like going to get his hands off the control now, put in a proper football director, and just sign things off as they
But
come
he
to
has
him.
allowed this, so people understand. Yes, he met Almiron because it was just close to the airport, and yes, he's met other managers because, as a larger shareholder, he has a veto. Is my understanding. People go, "Well, is it Sullivan making the decision?" So they've allowed Steiden to draw up a list, right? But he has to bring that. They will be interviewed by Sullivan, right? Usual to be interviewed by the board and not just by the director of football. And of course, it will go to a vote. Now, the whole board will vote on a replacement manager when it becomes available, but there's nothing to do yet. But my understanding is Sullivan has a veto. So, as the largest percentage, 38.8, he does have a veto. If the rest of the board voted for a particular candidate, he would be able to veto that candidate if he wanted to. And that's one of the powers he does hold. But he doesn't have ultimate power. He only has a power of veto. Let's see. Let's see if we get there. But the board will need to vote in a replacement if the position's available. And the board will have to vote for David Moyes to stay if he stays. Yeah? Anywho, we'll probably move on. Let's do predictions, shall we? And then we can.
Any other news?
Go on. Well, apart from, I know, a lot of people, I wrote today about Aaron Cresswell turning down a 12-month extension, thinks he can wants to move up north, wants to possibly go to Wolves.
What about Ben Johnson? What's happening
Ben
with him?
Johnson's not been offered, not wanting to sign a contract. He's going to leave probably for Crystal Palace. And Aaron Cresswell will be 3 days short of a 10-year anniversary at West Ham, and will probably leave on a free agent to join Wolves.
What about this youngster that Roman Fabrizio, whatever?
What, the Brazilian?
The youngster at West Ham who's going to go to Tottenham.
Well, I'm sure that's probably true if Fabrizio says it. But equally, there's been a few names coming out of Brazil in, I think, Corinthians, that Tim Steiden was out looking at Brazil, and some of those names have leaked out now that he went out to view it. So look, there's swings and roundabouts, and it's always tricky to keep all your youngsters if they're good, John. Right? And if they
We haven't got any good youngsters, though, have we?
Well, hopefully we have. I mean,
well, we don't see them.
Mbama seems to be, and what's the guy who went to West Brom? Callum Marshall seems to be promising.
Oh, Potts, didn't he get player of their season?
He did. Yeah. Potts did. Well,
what's Mubama? Is Mubama going?
Well, he hasn't signed a new
up,
contract. He's not this summer. We're hoping Mbama stays, but agents, I don't think there's any other news. The only gig in town is David Moyes, manager. It's too early. I mean, there's a lot of talk about transfers, but I'll be honest with you.
What's Mavropanos' injury? What's happening with him?
I forget what it was. He took an injury. I mean, it was he had a late. The reason he was there and he watched the game behind us is he had a late fitness test which he failed, but he's supposed to be back for Chelsea.
And what about a Gerd? What's going on with him?
Well, Gerd doesn't want to play for us, but he has got an injury as well. But I'll be very surprised if he's still here after summer. Our problem, though, John, is we've got to get homegrown players. So, if Aaron Cresswell leaves, which he will, I'm sure he will, Ben Johnson leaves, that's 2 down. We're already Connor Coventry down, so that's 3. And our other homegrown players are Boeing, if you believe it, he's off to Liverpool. Ings could be sold, and Antonio might want his last move. And then you've got James Ward-Prowse, who might want to go back to Southampton if they come up, because he doesn't get played. So, we've got to buy British this summer, really, to have a full squad.
Are we getting a birthday message from James Ward-Prowse?
I'm working on it. If anyone knows James Ward-Prowse, give me a call. Bell me. DM me.
Well, who wants a birthday message?
My daughter's boyfriend's big James Ward-Prowse fan.
Was he Southampton fan?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He won't be a West Ham fan asking for it, would he?
No.
Anywho, we'll talk more on the next episode. You staying with us, John, for episode 53 or not?
No, I'm not. I'm going to leave you to it.
Fine. Let's do predictions. Chelsea away. That's our only game, isn't it? We only do this one game a week now. Let's start with you, Len.
Chelsea away. 2-2.
Desmond Tutu.
Oh,
Johnny Boy.
that's what I was going to go for.
El Jessica. Isn't it the El Jessica?
Oh, Jessica, yeah. I'll go for 1-1.
Oof. Shebman.
I'm gonna go a 2-1 win.
And obviously I'll go 1-0 win. I feel lucky. I think we can turn over Chelsea at their own manner. I've been Sean.
Depends what Chelsea we get.
Shebman's been.
Eating peanuts.
John's been.
Peanuts all roasted.
And Len has been.
Relatively quiet.
Yeah. Hope you get better soon, mate.
Thank you.
Come on, you Iron.
I don't feel that bad. I just sound lousy.
More than just a podcast.
Back soon for episode 53.
More than just a podcast.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great!
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!